Girls still don't seem to recognize the level that he played at.
He was ahead of his time, I think, too. That size and that ability to score the balls.
Adewusu nearly lost it. Olipe with 10 to shoot. Dancing on the outside, Shovelin, Coleman. They really need him to force the issue. Oh, squeezed through for 2. That was impressive. Their previous matchup in the second half, and then it was the Wildcats who went on a run. This is a Pirates team capable of going on the run against this Villanova squad, and right on cue. Going to have to go to the bench with the 2 fouls. Tyler Perkins will check back in, who provided a spark. 7 points in 6 minutes.
No settling for jump shots if you're Seton Hall unless you have a clean look.
It's Felton, hook it, Coleman. Screen from Toomey. Coleman puts his head down, hangs and puts it through.
Nice job, son. Where we are, it's been a long day.
I mean, listen, Chris Paul won a basketball game by saying that an opponent didn't have their shirt tucked.
Smart.
I've seen that happen.
Smart.
Coleman, that's just a tough bucket again. To struggle from the field so far now, 0 for 5. Coleman curls. On a reload. Cross. Coleman, drive, float. Bank shot goes. Of a 7-24 season. Put it in. Coleman over 3 defenders and gets the roll.
Again, we know that. But he's never been in this good a shape. I think there's an accountability that's a little bit different now that he plays for St. John's and Rick Pitino.
He's had 12 games with at least 4 made threes. That's the one to me that stands out. You can look at the numbers overall scoring, and Coleman's going to have a chance for 3. With redshirted only a couple games into that first year. You start to factor in, and I know he's played the most games in Villanova history, but it's not by a crazy margin. Perry had only played a couple fewer. As Coleman gets,
but maybe not in America.
Yeah. Operated stripped and a steal. Final 90 seconds. Coleman in transition, drives, pulls, and hits.
Just so good below the.
This game?
He does.
Speaking of, you would know as a family member. This drought now is 5 minutes long for Seton Hall.
There you go. There you
and
go.
it's finally in close games. In addition to having all the injuries, we lost a lot of close games. Everyone knows about, the loss of Kadari Richmond. People forget this is a team that won the NIT a year ago. We've got 2 defending national champions to play, but he lost virtually his entire roster from Caravan. 47-22. Well, I hear tell there's another big man from UConn that may be joining us for a segment coming up, as was the case when these 2 met 3 weeks ago. Donovan Klingon joined us, and I think an older version of Klingon may be joining us here in a few minutes. Wiser? Yeah, okay. Wiser than a lot of people.
Anderson was another guard, served with a few, and especially when the dunks came and the crowd got in it just added to the entertainment and the fun.
Ben Gordon, another sweet talks you. You get to the first practice and he says, "You remember that guy that came into your house? That's that sweet guy who had all the nice things to say. You'll never see him again." And to Emeka's point, he was honest. We never saw that guy again.
Why do I think he may have been more delicate with him?
For you have to sprint back, and Frederick King, great job defensively and then sprinting, running rim to rim.
Frederick King Jr. from the Bahamas. High pick from a core 4. And that leaves Coleman.
Part the Kalkbrenner effect. People are probably afraid to go inside.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame him. Ashworth misfires here.
You gotta stay, but there are times where when you have a big behind you, you say, "Oh, I can let this guy blow by me," and I got held back there. They don't do that either.
Coleman.
And with it.
Seem Toomey off the mark from 3. Older player as Coleman.
The sexy difficult is everyone's lifted on the opposite side, so the help is the help is just not there. When you do it in the middle, help can come from different places.
Nice assist.
And again, you're playing against a Seton Hall team that's depleted, and we know the way their season went, but the way that Creighton played and the way they played together was something they needed after that performance again. BYOE. Bring your own energy. Those games are so hard to play.
I've heard it from athletes in a variety of sports that being an underdog is easy. Being the favored team sometimes is the harder one. A game that Creighton needed to get right in. They had lost 3 of 5 coming into the day. Isaiah Coleman still playing.
Storm, 7-2 lead for the Pirates.
Well, generally pretty good with the basketball. Don't cough it up.
No Chauncey Jenkins once again. He's out with a knee injury. He's missed the last 11 games for Seton Hall. Scotty Middleton is available. He's been dealing with a foot issue. Coleman lines it up. Bottom, a 3. It's a 1-point game. Dribble drive, Smith, knock away, steal, do all ahead. Coleman will streak in. Under 70 points.
But the screen to get that look.
Io missed it off the rim, rebounded by Adewusu.
He has been quiet. It guarded him very well. But he hasn't forced the issue. Wow, one of those guys, much like the guy guarding Richmond, much better within the foul line.
14 to shoot. Arierne back for Duval, 9 to shoot. Coleman gets a touch. Drives, stumbles, excuse me.